Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm about to get my phone dialer up and call Quest and see what he's saying. Because it's really strange that he's not on. Let's get it on. Okay, call. We're going to call Quest. You want me to tell you his number? I will not do that. Quest Green. All right. Dialing them up. And let's see what's going on over here. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. What's up, Quest? I was about to dial you up, man. You're live. You know that, right? You're live. Can't hear you.
Live and direct. It's been one of those days, brother. So let's get it.
I got it, man. I'm shutting down the phone now. If the phone rings, hang up because it's me.
Yeah.
But no more because I just hung up.
Oh, well, it's good.
It's good. Man. Yeah. We got all kind of stuff here, Quest. We got live streaming on Facebook on our new.
Come on, kid, on the new channel.
And on YouTube on the new joint. And I put up a couple new splash screens, man. It's great stuff, man.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You doing all right?
I can't complain, man. It has definitely been one of those mornings. And not bad stuff. Not bad stuff. Just, it's a blessing and a half to be busy, depending on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? It can run you ragged sometimes, but man, the years have gone by and Nico's getting older. So, man.
Yeah. We were about to get you on the phone. That's the thing. I literally was dialing when you came on.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say hello, Quest, and everybody's going to hear you say hello.
Yep.
Yeah,
man. I'm just keeping these marriages lifted, bro. This is the reason why we do what we do, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Yep. Let's get them, though. Let's get them.
Yeah, man. Look at this. Look at this, Quest.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put it up on the regular screen. Look at that.
Oh, that looks real fresh. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna join.
Look at that. The joint is live. Look at that.
I'm just gonna join you on our. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So I was working on it, but I didn't get everything together. But at least the YouTube page is fresh, and we got look. The joint says that is live. Look at that.
It's lovely. I love it.
So that's good because it didn't work out so well last week. So
I love it.
Anyway, God is good.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't complain.
Yeah.
And all right. So looks like everything is good to go. Mm-hmm. And we can get started as soon as you're ready, homeboy.
Indeed. I'm ready when you're ready. Let me know.
Okay. All right, y'all. So quiet on the set, Quest, and we're going to go live on the audio and get right into it.
Peace, y'all. It's your man, Dave, with my brother, Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment and time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, I never, and I pray God that I never do. I never get tired of that. You know what I'm saying? It just puts me in a good mood, man. I don't care what my mood is. When I hear that, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. Look like you needed a little charging up when you came on, bro.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
Oh, no, I'm good, man. As always, shouts out to all the listeners who always tune in. Welcome to another episode of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I'm sorry. Usually I say podcast, but you know what I'm saying? Because my man D likes to say program. Welcome to the Marriage Ain't for Suckers program. I am your host with the most, Quest, alongside my man, my mellow, my man, my co-host with the most, L. David Harris.
Yay. I need to look, if I can come on first next time, then we can play the cheer for you.
Yeah, I ain't mad. They cheer for both of us, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, yes, indeed. So yeah, man, welcome everybody to another edition, man. Man, let me tell you something, D. Today Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. I'm just in a good mood today. God has been good. You know what I'm saying? Life is good, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of places that we could be. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm rocking today with the attitude of gratitude, if you will.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't sleep under a bridge last night. I didn't have to rummage through a garbage can this morning, you know what I'm saying, to get no food. It was, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my lovely wife. Yeah, praise God for her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I got out the war zone last night, man. Behind the zone with all kind of M16s and all kind of stuff. This ain't no joke, y'all.
Yeah, talk to me about it, D.
Yeah. Doing a Revelation and Daniel Revelation series in Denhamtown, Jamaica. Yeah. And right now there's a joint force of the police force and the military force to keep the streets safe. And since the gangsters can't bust shots with AK-47s like they normally would.
Oh, come on.
They chopping people, stoning people, and throwing acid on people.
Oh, it's crazy.
So we needed to vacate last night before the curfew.
It's crazy.
And God is good. Yeah. We still doing what we have to do, but we needed to, make a physical move out of there last night.
Yeah.
Take it to the web and see what the Lord wants us to do.
Yeah, no doubt.
Beyond that. Yeah. So God is good, man.
Yeah,
I had to sleep in the war zone last night. I would have, but I didn't have to. I got out before they locked it up.
B, let me tell you something. I don't think Simone would have been happy with you sleeping.
She already told me that today. Like, no, don't do that.
Yeah,
like,
no. Yeah, no. Weta, that's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Dead.
For real. So yeah, man. We're in a different season of life now. D, I think we right behind you in the sense that Nico's getting older now, man. He just turned 5. Last week, and we've been going to open house after open house.
La escuela.
La escuela. And speaking of la escuela, we were trying to choose between whether we wanted him to go to a Montessori school or we wanted him to go to language immersion. And I think shouts out to Collinswood Elementary, man. It's a language academy here in CMS, Charlotte Mecklenburg school system. It's a full immersion. Language immersion. And I just love the spirit of the school and what they provide and how they work with parents. And one of the things that the teacher said is that what we strive to do is become friends with the parents, is to establish relationship with the parents such that as we, matriculate through the different stages of your child's development, that we become friends and work together for the betterment of their success. So, man, shouts out to Collinswood Elementary, but I think I'm sold. I think that's where he's going. Of course, there's a lottery, but I know it ain't nothing that my big daddy upstairs can't work out. You feel me?
Lottery what?
Lottery what? I'm about to petition the throne. He in there. Yep. Yeah, man. So that's where we are, brother.
Okay, that's good news, bro.
Yep.
Good news.
Yep.
So what's good today? What's good for today's program, man?
Oh, man. Yeah, as always, before we get off into the program, shouts out to Breathe University. Yes, indeed. Be you strong when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. Then you'll be I love it. Then you'll be successful. You know what I'm saying? If you want to join this family of learners and learning, do me a favor. Go by www.breatheuniversity.com. Yes, indeed. All the events are over for the year, D. We start fresh next year. Phenomenal Life Cruise, but we'll tell you more about that later. But yep. Come on.
So I see the one, was it LA?
Mm-hmm.
I saw our homegirl out there, man, taking pictures and stuff.
Karen. Yeah.
Good weight.
Oh, yeah.
In her later years.
Yes.
We grown now, Quest.
Oh yeah, we definitely grown.
She got us by a little bit, and she turning the clock backwards, man. So that's a good thing.
No doubt.
Yeah. Word. All right. Well, let's do this. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/marriage. With more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. I want to think, what should I recommend today? How about Redefining the American Dream by our friend Thomas Felder? Yeah, Thomas Felder, Redefining the American Dream. It's a lovely read, and I'm not just saying that because I voiced the audio, but it's a good read, man. It's a page turner, And you can learn a lot in it, no doubt. No joke about it, man. So that's a blessing. And you don't have to choose that book. You can choose any one you would like. But we're recommending that one for today.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll get it started. Listen, man, I'm not going to say what we're talking about because you're going to say that.
Yeah.
But there's a young girl friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing she is about 15 by now that we used to vibe with in West Virginia. Yeah. And this is actually her topic, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll explain why. I see she's watching. Hey, Ellie.
Yep. Shouts out to Ellie.
Yeah, so get into it. That's probably what brought her on here, man. She ain't never been on none of our programs, so let's go.
Yep. So today's topic is in the mix. Yep, in the mix. It ain't a problem that I can't fix because I can do it in the mix. Come on. It's not that kind of mix, though. You know what I'm saying? That might be God talking. It ain't a problem that I can't fix. You know what I'm saying? But the subtitle is Working Through Blended Family Dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we living in a difficult, I shouldn't say difficult, but just different day and time, D. I don't think that or maybe it was, I mean, outside of death, I don't believe that it was God's intention for marriages to be broken up. And then, you know what I'm saying, through the means of divorce, and then you living with blended families. So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? 50-50 kind of thing.
God making the thing work.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too deep into that because that's not really what it's about. Because once you're there, you're there. There's nothing you can do about it, you know. But sometimes working through the family dynamics of a blended family can be quite difficult. Why? Because the kids might not necessarily like the new spouse because they're still attached to the the mother or father from the relationship before. You know, after the divorce or after the death is gone. It was funny because my wife and I were watching a movie last night called Special Christmas, or some movie that was on TV One. And the father was army, was away in Afghanistan and ended up dying in Afghanistan. And they missed him because he was a father, like a father, you know what I'm saying? And they missed him every holiday that came around. It was difficult for the kids. It was difficult for the wife because she was moving into, starting to date again, of course. And the kids didn't like who she picked. Really, they didn't like anybody she picked. And so those are some of the difficulties that we face even now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just want to work through some of those things today. You know what I'm saying? Working with the difficulties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, I know we said blended families, and that, in that term means, like you said, like the Brady Bunch, you have two spouses from, each having had marriages before, whether they're widower, or divorcees. But then there are the kinds of families where, the children, or maybe more than one of the children, are adopted. And so we have an interesting family dynamic in either of those two cases, where, it actually can be even sweeter in a lot of ways, because just like when, like you and your lovely wife had a child, Nico is what you got. You didn't get to choose nothing. You didn't get to have any input, right? But with blended families and adoptive families, the parents or the spouses are saying, I see that child, I see this spouse, and I want it. I want all of that. And whatever comes, and God is going to help us out. Okay. So it's a beautiful story, regardless of how you look at it. Yeah.
So I can speak directly to this because although I have Nico and I have Mason, I've been divorced before. I have a child from my previous marriage, and that's Zoe.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how. Shouts out to Faith Green, my wife. Oh man, she is. When I say I'm madly in love with this chick, man, I'm madly in love with her.
Win. Carry on.
And I'm not saying like we don't have issues. Like sometimes she just get on my last nerve, just the same way I'm sure I get on her last nerve. But at the end of the day, I love this woman, and I love her for so many different reasons. Number one, her relationship with Zoe, who is my oldest, that's my daughter, is unbelievable.
Yeah.
When I say to you, David, that sometimes Zoe will bypass me and go directly to her boggles my mind sometimes. Sometimes when she calls to check in, we got her a phone. Sometimes when she calls to check in, she calls her first sometimes before she calls me. And, sometimes I might feel a little lightweight jelly. You know what I'm saying?
You feel a way about that?
I feel a way about it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm thankful. Why? Because I know some blended family situations where, like, I married you, I didn't marry your kids, and the devil is a lie. When you marry somebody, you marry everything attached to them. And I want to speak specifically to the husbands, D, because when we talk about marriage, we can't talk about marriage and not talk about God. Why? Because the institution is a reflection of our relationship with him.
True indeed.
Yeah, I just want you to go in a little bit, D, because I think that you would be a little bit more articulate as it relates to our relationship with Christ and what happened in terms of us being redeemed unto him and then representing ourselves to him. Just talk about the redemption real quick, and then I'll jump back in. Yup.
Yeah, you can't talk about redemption before you talk about creation. So basically, God is complete in and of himself.
Yeah.
And so when he manifests his essence in his human creation before sin on the earth, he manifests that. He called their name Adam. And so there was Adam and then there was Eve. And so Adam represents the more stern aspects of God's character, and Eve represents the more nurturing aspects. Not to say that we don't cross over different areas, but the two of them, Adam and Eve, male and female, our wives and us, Quest, comprises a picture when there's harmony of God. Okay. Now, of course, we made a mess of that. And as soon as Adam decided he was going to fall, he was going to jump into sin, and Eve fell into sin. God was like, Adam, where are you? He was like, oh, I was hiding. I was hiding because I did the wrong thing. Who told you were naked? Did you do what I said that I shouldn't do? Yeah, I did that. And he was like, so why you do that?
Yeah.
And he's like, the woman that you gave me, she did it to me.
Blame game.
And then when God checked her, she's like blaming it on the devil. The devil made me do it.
Yeah.
So the relationship piece started to fall apart very quickly when humans, decided to do the wrong thing. So the redemption piece is, all right, if you want to know how to have a great marriage, Quest, God is going to show you how to have a great relationship with him first.
Yep.
So if you have a good relationship with him, then that will trickle down. You talk about trickle down, trickle down into the marriage between you and your wife. That's the short version of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Christ is the groom, and the church, his people, are the bride.
Yep.
And we men are to love our wives, even as Christ loved and gave himself for her.
Oh, come on. All right.
And women are to submit to her own husband. And submission is a good word because we submit to God.
Yep.
We're not talking about subservience. We're not talking about misogyny. We're not talking about being abused, subjugated, none of that.
Yep.
And so that's Quest soapbox. So let's let him go.
No. I really want you to stay right there, because that's exactly what we're talking about doing as it relates to the blended family. Now, if you said it a while ago, Ephesians 5:25, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave his life for it. There was something that he did. He took us on, even though we were in sin. What he did was he redeemed us.
Yes.
And he didn't just redeem one part of us. Everything that we don't even like about ourselves, he redeemed us, and all of that stuff included. Everything that is us, everything that is attached to us, he took that and redeemed it unto himself. So
interruption. Remember what we were talking about yesterday?
Oh, come on. I'm right there.
Yeah,
I'm right there.
Go in there. Redeem everything, everyone.
Everything and everyone attached, right? So this is why I love this, D. This is the reason why I love this. And as I was driving back home, I said, D probably ain't even think about this aspect, but once I say it, it's going to click and everything's going to come together. But I say that when you, and let me just speak to the husbands real quick. When you marry a wife, or I was watching the show, and she was meeting guys, and the minute that she said she had 2 kids, 3 kids, immediately they were like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And so what ends up happening is when you marry a woman that you know has kids, you're not just marrying her, you're marrying everything else attached to her. Why? Because you are the Christ figure in the marriage relationship. And when you redeem her, you redeem everything that is attached to her. So you can't take one without the other. That's like me saying, D, I don't like when my wife fixes my shirt or puts my collar down. I really don't, because it drives me crazy. But the same spirit that fixes my collar and buttons my button or straightens my tie is the same spirit that takes care of me when I'm sick.
Yeah.
It's the same spirit that keeps me on task.
Yeah.
It's the same spirit that takes me to school open houses. And I love those things about her. So you don't get to pick and choose. I have to take her in her entirety. Yeah, that's the same responsibility as a husband. Now, remember what we said. Perfect case in point. Ruth and Boaz.
Give him the sizzle, B. Don't give him the steak. Give him the sizzle.
Hey, already. Hey, let me tell you something. I'll receive the message and you play the sender. I'll let you take it from here.
I'm not taking it because we're not gonna give him the steak.
Okay,
just a little something.
Just a little something. In the story of Ruth and Boaz, right? You see how her husband died. Right. Yes. And so if you remember the promise or the vow that Ruth made to Naomi, she said, wherever you go, I'll go. Wherever you die, I die. Your people are going to be my people and your God is going to be my God. So she said, and if she said, may God do that and so much more to me, nothing but death separates us. So she made a vow. I'm attached to you.
Yes.
So when y'all know the story. If you don't know, go read the 4 chapters of Ruth. I bet you it'll bless you, right?
Yeah.
So in the mix of all of that, what Boaz does, right, is, long story short, when Boaz has finally been made known to Boaz who Ruth really is. Number one, she's a wife long before she became his wife.
Sizzle, baby, sizzle,
not the steak, just the sizzle. All right. So after it's fully been made known to Boaz, he not only takes Ruth, but he redeems Ruth. And not only does he redeem Ruth, he redeems everything attached to Ruth. Naomi, all the stuff that used to belong to Elimelech, which is his kinfolk before they died, everything. He redeems everything to himself.
And he continues the seed of her former husband.
I'm trying to tell you, bruh.
He continues the name of his former husband.
Come on.
And he punked out the other potential redeemers because they were like, nah, dog. The dude was like, nah, dude, I don't think I could do all of that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll take care of it. Don't worry yourself.
Yeah. And they were thinking about themselves too, D. Remember? Because he was like, yo, I don't want to mess up my own inheritance. So yeah, you could go ahead and take it.
No, I ain't trying to mess up my name.
Yeah.
I'm not redeeming nobody today.
Yeah, no doubt. So as we going through, man, I just want the husbands to know. I want the wives to know as well. If you marry a husband with children, guess what? You are now a part of what comes along with him. That is how this thing works. So if that is not the mindset, then don't marry my man. You know what I'm saying? Husbands, if you're not going to take her on with everything that she comes with, then don't marry her. But don't play tipsy topsy with it. You either all in or you not. You ride or die.
Oh, okay. I think I got that.
Yeah.
And I had to be honest with myself, man. There was a woman that I was marginally interested in not too long after I got baptized, and I was interested enough to collect her number, right? Yeah. But that's all it was. I'm a guy. She's a woman. And I thought that she was interesting. So please, can I get your number so we can, it was in a natural setting. I didn't walk up on her in the street. We were in a common setting where it was appropriate. Right.
Yeah.
But dog, like, she pushed fast forward on me quick, a little bit too much. And one of the things that I had to consider was that she pushed fast forward very quickly in the first conversation. And she was a woman with children and former husband. And I had to be honest with myself. Like, for me, I think it's noble. Blended families is a noble undertaking, dude. But you have to be honest with yourself to say, are you up to the task? Are you willing to be up to the task? Yes or no? Because, you like I said, it doesn't, to thine own self be true.
Come on.
And I said, you know what? I think I need to sit this one out because I wouldn't have been the best candidate. She was ready to go. Like, she was already there. I'm going around the first time. and she's, already mature in the situation. And I was like, nah, I can't handle it. You need somebody who can identify in this area better than I can. And Lord bless her. I guess it worked out for her. I don't know, but it worked out for me. I know that. So, yeah, but it's love. It's love to the next level when we say, yes, we're going to take on the blessing of whole families. There was another young lady that I was very close to many years ago, who, whenever she would have a relationship with a guy, they had to have the talk, of what kind of discipline is appropriate, what kind of discipline is not.
We're still talking it now.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what? Like, I don't know how to get through that because I'm not in the situation. So maybe you can help us out with that.
You mean in terms of disciplining in a blended family?
Not per se the discipline, but the talk. The awkwardness, potential awkwardness. It doesn't have to be awkward, but the potential awkwardness where now you have to be having this conversation to say, what is appropriate? Are we, I don't even want to give a voice to it. You understand it better than I do. Like, what does this look like with the blended family atmosphere? How do we handle sort of normal life stuff that is a little different because we're blended?
Let me say this to you, D. I've seen Faith reprimand Zoe on a number of occasions, and I've never stepped in. Because, and the reason that I've never stepped in is because she treats Zoe. There's no difference in the way that she treats Nico and Mason as opposed to the way she treats Zoe. No difference whatsoever.
Beautiful.
Her mentality is there are no steps in the house but the steps we climb.
Help me with that.
Yeah, because Zoe would be referred to as her stepdaughter.
Oh, I get it. See, I'm not even in the mindset. That's why.
That's fine because you've never dealt with that before. So that's cool.
I got it.
But that's the reason why her whole mindset is there are no steps in the house but the steps that we climb, the steps that we walk up. So you belong to me, you belong to me, and you belong to me. Even though I only gave birth to two, all three of you belong to me.
One love for real.
Exactly. So here's the funny thing. You can tell it in little things. When we go on vacation, she's like, I'm sometimes it slips me, but like she'll say, I'm like, okay, how much is it for Zoe? I mean, for Nico and Mason, what are the tickets for Nico and Mason or whatever, whenever we're making, she's like, babe, come on. We have to find out for 3. It's 5 of us. Like, oh, that's right. When we do things like go to take family pictures, shouts out to my man, Antoine Stevenson, who just recently did our updated family pictures because we don't have none with Mason in it. She was like, okay, this is the time that we need to go over and pick Zoe up and bring her back so that she could take the pictures with us. So when it comes down to the discipline, I don't say nothing. Why? Because she treats her like it's her own child, like she gave birth to her, right? Yeah. So I'm asking you, if you're having these situations, these conversations, I should say, and the conversations are awkward, first question should be in my mind in terms of discipline. Am I treating this child like it was my own child? Am I loving, first and foremost, because if you have discipline without love, then it won't be accepted very well. But when Zoe gets reprimanded by Faith, it's all good in the hood. Why? Because the love that she has for her supersedes her discipline in any way, shape, or form.
So let me ask you a question. This is not me asking, just for those of you who are watching or listening, not me asking Quest the right or wrong question or answer or whatever. But of the, when you have minor aged children, what do you call, what would, if Faith had a son that's not your seed, what does that young son call Quest? That is just a thought. And like I said, it's not a right or wrong, but what in your mind, what is he in your household? What would he be calling you?
Let me say this, and I know it's kind of odd, but when you know and me, we came up in the Jamaican, West Indian kind of upbringing, right? So you remember when adults used to get around children and children would call adults by their first name, they would stop you real quick and say, yo, me and you on the size.
Nah.
Me and you on the size. So
you're not a friend.
Nobody call me a big man to you. So, don't call me by my first name. So we were not allowed. So it was, and it was never the really Mr. and Mrs. kind of thing. We live in a different day and age now. So I don't really subscribe. I mean, well, here's the thing.
Remember, Mass John.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Good. But then if you were dealing with women, it would be auntie so-and-so.
Auntie. Yeah.
Or uncle so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I'm way off in my 40s now. And Bobby Pickersgill is, in my good people to my family. Like they've been running for years. Even now as a big man, I still refer to him as Uncle Bobby when I see him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We live in a different day and age now. But to answer your question, he definitely wouldn't be calling me by my first name. It would be something preceding it. Now, Zoe calls Faith Auntie Faith, but she calls her Auntie Faith because she doesn't call her by her first name. I'm at the age now, and there's a certain level of maturity that I have now. I call my stepmother Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I call my stepfather Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just who they are to me. We over the years, and not only that, both of them, my mother and my stepfather, my father and my stepmother are the best of friends, to the point where we've all gone on vacations together.
Right.
So as a smaller child, though, until they feel comfortable calling you whatever it is that they want to call you.
Yeah.
And what transitioned them from calling you by your name and whatever you use as a preceding term,
right,
you will, depends on the relationship that you have with them.
And I suppose the culture would matter too.
Of course. Yeah. What is the culture? Is love the culture of the home?
Right.
He just did a piece the other day, D, where he said, love conquers all.
Yeah.
Does it conquer that in our home? So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's something that, everybody has to think about when you're in those situations. What do you call the one who has stepped up to the plate, and everybody embraces everyone in the household? What how do we refer? How do we refer to people?
Yeah.
So that's a blessing, man. Just the whole conversation is a blessing.
Yep.
Big up to everybody who is loving and mature enough.
Yeah.
To join together in something so wonderful, bro.
Yeah.
It's a sweet thing.
Yeah. Stay focused.
Yeah.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.
All right, y'all. We have cut the audio live people loose, and those on YouTube and Facebook are still here with us. Go ahead, Quest.
Oh man, no, I was in here bouncing like an old man from Jamaica.
I saw you. I was like, how old is that dude? They don't do nothing like that no more.
Oh, come on, kid.
Imagine.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So it's a blessing, man. I'm glad that we had this time, Quest.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And, shouts out to my man Anthony Reed Smelter. I had a phone call with him. He's checking in right now. So shouts out to him, man. Man, D, I got to tell you on the back end how he blessed my spirit, man.
Word.
I'm talking about bless me, man. So yeah, shouts out to him. Shouts out to everybody who's listening. Our regular Frenchie, I see you listening in, mama.
Yeah.
So yeah, shouts out to her, man.
Yeah, let's get down through this list and then cut the people loose, man. I see my man Herbert Marcel.
Oh, big up.
Herb, but a lot of people call him Marcel. That's my homeboy, my brother. Yeah. Of course, we see Isaiah and Lamar. I don't know who's Lamar, Quest. Like I missed out. Let me look. Blended family here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Ayana said Ayana too. Ayana said blended family here. It's like making a cake. You have all your individual ingredients, but you have to properly blend them to get a great cake. Absolutely.
Yo, Justin is on.
Oh, big up Justin Reed.
I forgot Justin is in the same love scenario too.
Yeah, no doubt.
We grew up we went to school from age 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found, I didn't even know that he had like big children. Like what? And this little girl ain't so little no more going to school. And I'm like, what in the world?
Oh yeah, I remember I went. Was it last year or year before last? D, and I saw Justin and his wife at Oakwood Alumni. Yep, Adrian at Oakwood Alumni, and I was talking to his older son, and just pouring into him in terms of his photography. Man, sharp young dude, man, sharp. Yep. So yeah, shouts out to him. Same situation, man, and doing lovely.
Yeah.
When I say he's doing lovely, yeah.
I've been in the house, man. I'm not looking at him from afar, man. We vibe. We used to vibe with him once in a while, man. When I lived on that side.
Yep. Shouts out to Lamar as well, man, who said that he is in a blended family as well. Yep.
Yeah. And I see Jean. I see Ellie. Who else? I feel like I'm on Romper Room Quest.
Remember a whole bunch of them, man. But yep.
Daryl. Yeah, Daryl Dixon. Haven't seen you in a little while, and your daughter.
Goodbye.
To your family.
Yep.
And Chris Ann, of course. I was thinking about Chris Ann. She said something a little earlier. She said that she can speak on this. She loves her blended family. I was thinking about her while I was talking, but I was like, I don't want to put, like, I didn't want to just say something and it wouldn't have been, something she would have wanted me to say. But she said, I was thinking just about Chris Ann at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Shouts out to Africa Stewart as well and Gideon Maran. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yep. Shouts out to them. And Officer Craig.
Yeah, you know Craig, man.
Come on, man.
He's a soldier, man. He's a soldier and an officer.
Soldier.
Yeah, you didn't see those young soldier pics, did you, Quest?
I sure did.
Yeah, man. He's a vet.
I sure did.
Service member of the United States of America.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah, no question. I used to have the pleasure of dealing with education benefits for our service members and veterans. So, I got love for every one of the service members.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
For the United States military and related forces. Yeah.
Indeed. As always, shouts out to my man Dewan Matunga as well.
Yeah,
man. I will have the pleasure of seeing them this weekend. We are going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for a men's retreat.
You said that. I was like, where's that at?
Pigeon Forge. Tennessee. Okay. Right. It's Gatlinburg is really what it is.
Gatlinburg. You did say that and I forgot already. So that's like a I can't say resort town, but that's like a retreat town.
It is.
Some of the places out in Colorado and other places.
It's a nice little skiing spot too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So good stuff. Be safe out there.
I sure will.
Yeah, man. So it looks like we're gonna cut the video people free. And it looks like we've had another day of success. Lord bless us to be able to chat with the people, Quest.
Indeed.
This time, all systems are go, man.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are watching us, please just, don't take us for granted on the audio piece. Go ahead to marriageaintforsuckers.com and link to your video, to the audio so you can
please
give us a review because we need them.
Yep. Go by the YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share, comment.
We're just getting that started because something went wrong with mine and they banged me. So we fixed them. We got our own channel.
Yep. And we got 3 now. We got 3. Well, you still releasing stuff on your page though. So go by L. David Harris. Go by Marriage Ain't for Suckers page on YouTube.
Everything is linked. So just marriageaintforsuckers.com. You'll get everything you need.
Everything you need. Yep. Just subscribe to all of those channels that we got.
Yeah.
Everything is linked. So yeah. Yep.
Go Army Ayana. That's what's up.
Yeah. And of course, go by on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, iTunes. Go to the podcast on iTunes. You know what I'm saying? On Spreaker, on TuneIn, on iHeartRadio. Subscribe. Leave us a review. Stop by and leave us a review, man.
All right. Word up. Indeed. So thank you for joining us. And I'm going to click the correct button this time, Quest.
Yep.
Click the correct button to end the feed. So if you just give me a second for it to load up. Can you imagine? I don't have the right button ready.
Well, until you say that. Today. Until you tell it to them. Come on, y'all. Always remember, shaky to good, good to great. Ultimately, me and D want to see your marriage go to phenomenal, but phenomenal don't just happen.
It don't just happen.
It takes work.
Good work.
Yep, good work. So let's do that. Do the good work.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all.
Word up. All right, y'all. Catch you on the rebound.
We can't leave without saying it.
Well, what happened to peace?
Peace.
Word up.